Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast Circle. Today's episode is basically a passport stamp. For your ears, we're talking about our first ever international trips. I mean, nothing says adulting quite like surviving foreign toilets and customs forms. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. My first trip abroad had more drama than an airport soap opera. Between the excitement, the packing, panic, and let's be honest, some pretty questionable food decisions, I still can't look at airplane lasagna the same way.
It's like 1 minute you're daydreaming about cafes in Paris. Next, you're Googling, can I bring 3 kinds of shampoo in my carry-on? It's definitely a milestone you never forget. Kind of like your first love, but with more jet lag.
And a lot more tiny soaps. But seriously, for anyone listening who's learning English or just dreaming about that first big trip, we've got stories, survival tips, and vocab you'll actually use like emergency snack stash and where's the bathroom in 5 languages.
Stick around for awkward border crossings, packing fails, and how to look like you know what you're doing, even when you absolutely don't. Ready to dive in?
Born ready. And if I can survive my first trip, trust me, so can you. Let's get this travel party started.
So, let's rewind. What actually pushed you to book that first international flight? Was it wanderlust, a dare, or did you just throw a dart at a map?
Honestly, my motivation was pure FOMO. All my friends at university were posting living my best life in Europe photos. Meanwhile, I was just chilling with my cat and microwave popcorn. That had to change.
Peer pressure and popcorn dangerous combo. For me, it was a mix of a childhood dream and a sudden dangerous discovery of budget airlines. I was a broke student, but after 100 hours on travel blogs and a lemonade stand's worth of savings, I finally hit book.
I feel that. I had to pass up a lot of coffee shop treats to save up. It's wild how planning your first trip is this roller coaster of excitement and existential dread. Yay, adventure! Followed by, wait, am I ready to navigate Prague with a map written in Czech?
My nerves went from, what if I get lost, to, what if I run out of clean underwear? Real talk, nobody warns you about that part.
And yet, here we are, alive, slightly more worldly, and 100% more suspicious of anyone who says international travel is relaxing.
That actually reminds me, how did you choose your first destination? Was it pure logic, or did you just like the flag colors?
Oh, it was a high-stakes game of where can I afford, and where does my mom think I'll survive? Spain won because a friend lived there, and I figured at least one person would rescue me if my Spanish failed spectacularly.
Nice. I was seduced by photos of Tokyo's neon lights and Sushi Plus. I love a challenge. My family thought I was going to get lost and adopt 12 cats. But honestly, the research rabbit hole is real. I watch so many travel vlogs. I practically spoke fluent YouTube by departure.
I swear, looking up traveler tips online is a sport. I went from I'll just wing it to here's my spreadsheet of hostels, emergency pharmacies, and the nearest churro stands. Zero regrets about those churro notes, by the way.
And you always end up with a mental suitcase packed full of both doubts and excitement. Choosing where to go is half dreaming, half logistical nightmare. Let's talk planning because nothing says adventure like crying over flight prices at 2 a.m. How did you tackle all the organizing?
Ha! My strategy was basically book first, panic later. I spent hours hunting for flight deals, then discovered the magical world of hostels where you pay less, but risk snoring roommates and mysterious socks.
And don't get me started on visas. My first application felt like applying to the CIA a million forms, a mugshot level photo, and the constant fear I'd accidentally confessed to a crime I didn't commit.
Exactly. The paperwork pile nearly crushed my excitement. My itinerary went through at least 20 versions, and let's not forget the endless checklists: insurance, bank notifications, learning how to say help in 3 languages.
Honestly, the prep is more intense than the trip sometimes. But hey, at least all that planning makes you feel like you're starring in your own spy movie. I've got to ask, how bad was your first attempt at packing? I turned my room into a suitcase explosion.
Mine was epic. I packed enough socks for a sock apocalypse and still forgot my phone charger. And then there's the classic rolling versus folding debate. I chose both, obviously, and achieved a level of chaos even science can't explain.
My suitcase looked like I was fleeing the fashion police. I brought clothes for every possible weather event. Lava, rain, blizzards, you name it. Didn't actually need 12 t-shirts, but forgot my toothbrush. Priorities.
Oh, and adapters. I ended up with a collection of weird metal prongs, none of which fit the outlets. By day 2, my phone was dead and I was miming charger to strangers. Pro tip: learn that word in advance.
Packing light is an art, and I was finger painting. But hey, every overpacked bag is just more room for souvenirs and questionable snacks. Let's fast forward to the airport. Were you cool and collected, or more like a lost duck with a roller bag?
Picture this. I arrive 3 hours early, promptly get lost, then spend 40 minutes pretending to browse overpriced neck pillows. Security lines felt like a game show. Will my toothpaste survive or get confiscated for liquidity crimes?
Those security trays are a test of character. I always look like I'm rehearsing for a very confused strip show, shoes off, belt off, but somehow still beep at the scanner.
And then the flight itself. It felt endless somewhere over the Atlantic. Time stopped existing. I watched 3 movies, ate a mystery chicken, and tried to sleep while my neighbor snored like a foghorn.
Nothing like tracking your flight on that tiny screen and realizing you're still 5 hours from real food and freedom. Yet, there's a thrill like, wow, I'm actually doing this. Touchdown! What was your first impression stepping into a whole new country?
Honestly, it was like being dropped into a movie. The signs were in another language, people spoke at lightning speed, and I suddenly realized my high school Spanish was about as useful as a chocolate teapot.
Immigration was wild. I wanted to look cool, but ended up sweating bullets. When I finally got that first passport stamp, I felt like Indiana Jones, minus the hat and plus a lot more hand sanitizer.
And that first moment outside, different smells, new voices, the totally unfamiliar chaos of traffic. I remember riding to my hostel, forehead plastered to the window, just absorbing everything and thinking, am I in a dream or did I just survive international travel?
What was your biggest culture shock on arrival? For me, it was realizing that jaywalking could be an Olympic sport where I landed.
Oh, I've got one. I accidentally ordered cow tongue at a tapas bar. My attempt to ask for chicken turned into a game of charades, and the waiter was clearly winning. Also, the whole kiss on the cheek greeting threw me. I was ready for handshakes, not surprise face collisions.
Public transport rules are a wild ride, too. In Tokyo, everyone was quiet on the subway, while I was busy dropping coins and apologizing in 3 languages. I quickly learned the international sign for "Stop talking, tourist."
It's moments like that when you realize you're officially the foreigner, and all you can do is laugh and try again, or at least not order tongue next time.
Let's talk food. Did you play it safe or go full culinary daredevil?
I went in thinking I was Anthony Bourdain, but after one bite of mystery stew, I was Googling, where's the nearest pizza? Still, I ended up loving churros and eating my body weight in them. No regrets.
Menus in another language are like roulette. One time, I thought I ordered soup. It was actually an octopus salad. But hey, eating weird stuff is half the experience, right?
Totally. And there's something special about bonding with locals over food, even if you can only communicate with enthusiastic thumbs up and happy chewing sounds.
So, what was your favorite thing you saw or did? Any jaw-dropping moments?
Seeing the Sagrada Familia in person actually made me gasp like, whoa, that's real. But my best memories were getting lost in side streets, finding a hole-in-the-wall cafe, and realizing sometimes the detour is the destination.
I know exactly what you mean. I ended up at a sumo wrestling match by accident. Thought I was buying tickets to a puppet show. Still, it was epic. Sometimes the best stories come from total confusion.
And let's be honest, half my photos are blurry selfies with strangers I'll never see again. But each one's a memory and proof I made friends, even if just for an afternoon.
All right. Confession time. What went wrong? I got lost so many times. My phone thought I was doing cardio.
I once got on the wrong bus and ended up in the suburbs, which led to a pantomime conversation with an old lady who gave me cookies and pointed me home. Jet lag made me nap through an entire museum tour. So cultured, right?
Better snacks than a tour, honestly. My big fail? I once tried to pay with Monopoly money. Turns out, not all currency looks alike. Oops.
Travel's a series of little disasters, but fixing them is half the fun. Plus, you get great stories and sometimes free cookies.
What's the one moment you'll never forget from your first trip?
Watching the sunrise over Barcelona's rooftops, coffee in hand, just thinking, I actually did this. And then almost spilling that coffee on a friendly pigeon. But yeah, pure magic.
My highlight was dancing with strangers at a Tokyo street festival. I had no clue what was happening, but the joy was contagious. Those moments when you feel both completely lost and totally at home, that's travel.
And it's those pinch me moments that keep you coming back for more awkwardness, amazement, and all.
Do you feel like your first trip abroad changed you?
Oh, massively! I went from terrified traveler to certified adapter of outlets and eater of mystery meals. Suddenly, weird was exciting and lost just meant taking the scenic route.
I became way more chill about uncertainty. Turns out, if you can survive a train strike in another language, regular life drama seems pretty tame.
Exactly. Now I'm the person who says, sure, let's try it. Unless it involves karaoke in a language I don't know. There are limits.
What was it like coming home after your mind-blowing adventure?
It felt like landing on a different planet. My hometown seemed smaller and a bit quieter. I kept trying to pay with euros and craving churros at midnight. My family was confused but supportive of the snack habit.
I had a weird urge to bow to everyone and say arigato at the grocery store. Plus, nobody wanted to see the 1,000 photos I took, but I made them look anyway.
And admit it, you started planning your next trip before your laundry was even done.
If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice before your first trip, what would it be?
Pack half as much and bring twice the patience. And always, always download offline maps. Getting lost without Wi-Fi is a character-building experience I could have skipped.
I'd say don't overplan. Sometimes, the best moments are unplanned, like, who knew missing my bus would lead to the world's best gelato?
And never underestimate the power of a friendly smile or a badly pronounced hello. It opens more doors than a perfect accent ever will.
Did that first trip turn you into a travel addict? Or was it more of a one and done?
Oh, it was game over for my savings account. I caught the travel bug hard since then. I've backpacked through 5 more countries and developed a sixth sense for spotting airport Wi-Fi.
Same here. My travel style went from panic packing to professional overpacker. Each trip just made me want to explore more and collect even more fridge magnets.
Every trip makes the world feel smaller and friendlier. And now, every time I hear a plane overhead, I start mentally packing my bags.
For anyone out there plotting their first trip, what's your golden piece of advice?
Start simple, do your homework, but leave room for surprises. And don't stress about the language. Most people are kinder than you expect, especially if you attempt a local phrase or two. Bonus points for wild hand gestures.
Stay open-minded, stash a snack or two for emergencies, and remember, the scariest part is just booking the ticket. After that, you're already an adventurer.
And if things go sideways, laugh, learn, and order something off the menu you can't pronounce. That's where the best memories come from.
To anyone still hesitating, let me just say, if we can survive cultural confusion, mystery, meat, and suitcase disasters, so can you. The world's waiting.
Seriously, the best decision I ever made was booking that first flight. Every awkward moment turned into a story, every fear into a lesson. And you come back with a head full of dreams and, if you're lucky, a suitcase full of snacks.
Plus, nothing beats the look on your friends' faces when you say, "Yeah, I tried octopus salad in Spain."
So take the leap. The only real regret is not going sooner. Your future self will thank you and maybe laugh a little too.
Well, that's our first trip saga awkwardness, wonder, and all. There's nothing quite like that first stamp in your passport. Thanks for swapping stories and laughs today.
This was a blast. If you're listening, we'd love to hear your own first-time travel stories or your hilarious packing fails. Seriously, reassure us we're not alone in suitcase chaos.
Remember, travel isn't about how far you go, but how much you grow. So grab that guidebook, dust off your dreams, and start planning, because adventure looks great on you.
Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, safe travels, epic snacks, and may your adapters always fit.